It ain't even gonna be close at 154.
So he'll rule 154.
Easy.
He would have fought and made it a fight, but Jaron is too much.
Guy is talented and has the skill level that Boots has. Anything can happen, but don't get it wrong. Bud has that skill level too, so.
Terence Crawford has taken over 5 weight divisions and sits at the very top of boxing as the undisputed ruler. He pulled off something that most people considered impossible, jumping up 2 full weight classes to completely take apart Canelo Alvarez, the biggest name in the sport, and walking away as a 3-time undisputed champion. Every critic has been silenced, every opponent has been handled, and his position among the all-time greats is now impossible to argue against.
Fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this 4-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion 3 times over. 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds, claiming all the belts. You don't see people doing that very often. Going up against a guy who was perceived as being bigger and stronger, Crawford was strong. Crawford was strong enough to fend him off, strong enough to make him respect his own power. He used his jab, he used his distance. He had poise in the ring, he wasn't rattled. He backed up and moved when necessary and kept us different. He exchanged enough to gain respect when necessary. It was a brilliant, brilliant, masterful fight.
Yet there is one fighter he has never faced. The young and terrifying presence many people describe as his own reflection staring back at him. Jaron "Boots" Ennis. And this is not simply another difficult fight waiting on the schedule. This is a fight about legacy. The single biggest threat to everything Crawford has built.
Who they are cancel out each other as far as height. You know, they both switch hitters, lift, and everything. All of that cancels out each other. So they are literally the same people, pretty much.
Jaron "Boots" Ennis is not just another unbeaten fighter collecting wins. He is a specialist, a genuinely frightening puzzle with a record of 34 victories and 0 defeats, with 30 of those coming by way of brutal stoppage. He is not simply winning fights. He is ending them early and doing it with a combination of blinding speed, heavy power, and a switch hitting style that looks unsettlingly familiar to anyone who has watched Crawford operate at his best.
What you think? I said he's too much. He's just too much. When you got somebody who is just so intuitive in the ring, so intelligent in the ring, and then got the speed and the quickness, the agility, the power, clearly, the everything to back it up, it's like he's too much.
The only difference is Crawford done been in the big stage against big fighters so many times. And also with age, he didn't beat up his body, so his age is actually good. He got the grown man strength. He not just grown man strength, but he built on top of that. Like, look at him at 135. He was a little scrawny dude. He wasn't a big dude. Now look at him. He ripped up everything. He's strong. So I feel like he got everything, all the experience, all the knowledge. So I gotta go with
This is not simply local pride talking. Philadelphia rapper Meek Mill, someone who knows exactly what a hometown legend looks like, has publicly named Boots as the next man in line. After Ennis's recent first-round knockout, Meek sent a direct message to Terence Crawford, warning him that he is about to discover what real Philadelphia power feels like, and that the Philly Monsters are coming.
TV Paul, as soon as he knocked him out, that was crazy as shit. But shout out to Boots. Boots the next legend to come up in this shit.
How does Crawford and Boots play out, Meek?
Crawford and Boots play out? I'm rocking with Boots, of course. I'm from Philly. Crawford, you already know you about to meet this Philly shit. It's all love, but you about to see what this Philly shit about. We real monsters.
That framing positions Ennis as far more than just a mandatory challenger. It presents him as something that cannot be stopped.
What we know?
I know everything.
I don't know nothing. I'm trying to find out what I know. Enlighten me.
What you mean enlighten you? You for Devin Easy, you could for me.
You jumped up out of my sanction body to go fight in the IBF. So what I know?
What you mean?
What you mean? What I mean? Would you rank that in the WBA or not?
Yo, it don't even matter. Yo,
all right, catch up, little homie. Catch up, then. If it don't matter, catch up.
Yo, he picked Evan.
Catch up.
Evan Easy was way under.
You just said it don't matter. Catch up. I'm talking about before that.
He not about it. We already know he not about what he's talking about.
I'm not about what? I'm not about what?
You don't want to fight.
You said I'm not about what?
You don't want to fight.
Man, go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Fight. Right, go ahead.
You dreaming, man. You talking in your dreams,
Don't
man.
fight. Yo, we asked for that fight plenty of times, yo.
When?
Plenty of times.
What's plenty? When?
Man,
Sean Porter, who has been in the ring with Crawford himself, views this potential matchup as something far more dangerous than most people are treating it. His opinion carries a weight that nobody else's can match because he is the only person who genuinely knows from personal experience what both fighters are capable of doing. Porter was the last man to face Crawford in that weight class, and the fight was stopped by his own corner. He has also done sparring sessions with Jaron Ennis. On his podcast, he described a sparring moment with Ennis that completely changed his thinking when Boots landed a right hand so sharp and so heavy that Porter stopped in his tracks and realized that what he had just felt was not simply sparring. It was a message.
You had one of them in eights and the other in sparring?
I don't know, because that dude hit me with a right hand in the sparring, and I was like, I was like, yo, that was real.
It's one of those things where...
Throughout his career, Porter established himself as a genuine alpha competitor who went through elite fighters. That was until he faced Crawford. By his own admission, Bud is a true alpha in the purest sense. A fighter who dismantled him on every level, mentally and physically alike.
I was an alpha male until I got in the ring with that dude.
It just,
that dude, like, it was like, the more he wasn't allowing me to do what he wasn't, and it was like, damn, okay, well then shit. You know?
What Porter took away from all of that experience was deeply significant. He recognizes that exact same aura in Boots Ennis. That is precisely why he refuses to pick a winner, describing the potential matchup as an A+ fight, a modern-day classic that deserves to be spoken about in the same breath as legendary encounters like Hagler versus Hearns and the Sugar Ray Leonard rivalries.
I think would have happened the version of Ennis here in 25 that you sparred in Philly against the version of Crawford in 21 that you fought. What would that have looked like?
I truly don't know, because Terence is just...
Somebody getting stopped.
I don't know. This fight right here, if this fight were to happen this year, it would go down in history as one of the classic fights that go with the Marvin Hagler and Tommy Hearns, that go with the Ray Leonard and all of those guys.
You know what fight I always thought these two would resemble their own way? Was when James Toney would fight Mike McCallum.
Oh, wow.
And they would have... Go watch those fights. You will see the highest level of exchanges in box.
Don't. Yeah.
Counter. Like just
with speed and power.
I just think
creativity.
You just don't see that. That's what this would have been.
Yep.
100%.
A+ versus A.
That's A+ versus A. I like that.
Terrence just a little too much and will catch him.
Yeah.
And buzz Boots. And I think that'll. I think Terrence stops him
It's
late.
such a special fight because you got two alpha males in the ring that are true alpha.
Porter's co-host captured the essence of the matchup with a brilliant analogy. Jaron Ennis is like the new generation of explosive, breathtaking talents. The kind of player you think of when you hear names like Tracy McGrady or Vince Carter. Crawford, on the other hand, is on a completely different plane of existence. He is the proven legend, the Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant of his craft. That comparison frames the fight perfectly.
Floyd Mayweather. Oh, I thought I was good.
I'd compare it to this. Jaron Ennis, Terence Crawford. Jaron Ennis is Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter. Terence Crawford's Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan.
There you go.
Perfect. A+.
And if you just look at the highlight reels, you might actually think Vince Carter is better. You might think Vince Carter is even better.
That's
or Tracy.
perfect.
That's just like that.
Ennis is the dazzling and supremely gifted newcomer capable of lighting up any arena on any given night. Crawford is the certified greatest with an elite fight IQ that has successfully processed and solved every single problem ever placed in front of him.
Terence Crawford, what does that look like?
I don't know yet, cause we haven't seen Boots in against a guy that has touched him good enough to really test his chin. So that's the only thing we don't know about him yet. We don't know if he can take the real punch yet because we haven't seen it. But as far as the skill goes, he got everything. And that fight could be a very difficult fight because...
Rapper Mino, who was ringside for Crawford's historic dismantling of Canelo, cast his vote firmly with the proven king. He was stunned watching Crawford refuse to be overwhelmed by the larger man in a way that many had predicted would happen. Mino picks Crawford to come out on top, pointing to his completely unmatched ability to adapt in real time and his level of strategic mastery that Ennis has simply never encountered in any opponent throughout his entire career.
Boots is the guy. How does that fight play out, the super fight, Crawford versus Boots?
I went to the Crawford fight
I was there
in Vegas. I'm not going to hold you.
he really, really surprised me. I'm talking about in a good way, like it was next level, you know, because everybody was talking about how homie was gonna be too big for him, too powerful, Canelo, how he was gonna be too overpower him, and it was none of that. Actually, he wasn't even that. He ain't even really that bigger than him.
He didn't break a sweat, right?
Yeah. That was lightweight. He took him all the way out of his fight.
Crawford operates as a chess master inside the ring, and promoter Eddie Hearn has called a potential clash between the two the very best fight boxing can currently offer, painting Ennis as the next Crawford who is coming to take the crown by force.
Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that can be at 54, it can be at 60. You know, obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, crossover fights, because Boots is the changing of the guard guy. And Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, that he's still...
The experts who have studied this sport closely agree that Crawford has ruled over divisions and beaten legends at every turn. But there is a genuine and growing belief that Boots may carry the speed, the power, and the ring intelligence required to eventually succeed him. This is the undisputed king against the hungry young force he must face if his greatness is to be truly complete. And that premise alone has triggered some of the most passionate debate boxing has seen in years.
Right now in my career, a lot of people like Boost this, Boost that, Boost this, fighting Boots is a lose-lose situation. I win, they're gonna say, oh, well, he was young, he wasn't ready. He was talented, he was skillful, but you got the experience over him. You got, so much more than this kid that never been tested before. Me fighting Boots would be like, okay, well, you beat Boots. It's not
In the immediate aftermath of the most defining victory of his career against Canelo Alvarez, with the entire boxing world watching and celebrating, Crawford was asked directly about the showdown that fans everywhere have been demanding, a fight against Jaron Boots Ennis. His answer came instantly and carried a dismissive tone that stopped the conversation cold.
Back down to 154 and face Jaron Ennis, the guy who prepared Canelo Alvarez for this fight.
Nope. I ain't going down 154.
According to multiple reports, Terence Crawford already holds the WBA title at 154 pounds, meaning he is technically a champion in the very division he is refusing to make a defense in. This is not a conversation about making weight. It is about protecting his position against the person widely recognized as the #1 contender and his mandatory challenger. His very public refusal to engage has split the boxing community right down the middle.
Tired of answering questions about it. He already said millions of times that he not fighting me or looking my way, so I'm just tired of answering them questions, and if a fight happened, it happened. I want it to happen, but if not...
One voice is showing an almost frightening level of belief in Boots. When other top contenders at the weight like unbeaten power puncher Virgil Ortiz were brought up, Gilly laughed the question off entirely, calling it easy money for Ennis without any hesitation. He went further by predicting Boots will go through the entire 154-pound division without finding a genuine challenge until the day he eventually moves up to 168.
This is what Boots does though. Boots fights this level of opposition. He hasn't fought anyone that's like an A-tier fighter. But what he does is amazing. Like when he was southpaw, he come out and normally comes out, he's like a bit of a switch hitter. Normally starts in southpaw, Ennis, but he come out orthodox. And that, I think that threw Lima off. But once he lays hands on you, it's mad.
It was impressive still. It was impressive to get him out of there. What, 2 knockdowns and then the ref jumped in.
You call me crazy, yeah? I sat there thinking, what?
I feel like they should fight.
They were supposed to fight.
I know.
They were supposed to fight. I don't. It's like, what's Spud? Why though? Why is Spud fighting that fight? Like, it's a generational fight that he doesn't need to.
That perspective reframes Crawford's refusal to engage in an entirely new way. Perhaps this has nothing to do with fear at all. Perhaps the master strategist sees exactly what Gilly sees, that 154 pounds belongs to Ennis to take at will, and that Crawford has already moved his focus toward bigger historical achievements and significantly larger paydays waiting for him at 160 or 168 pounds.
Mount Rushmore.
He's on Mount Rushmore. He's on there, right?
This win, everybody said Crawford elevated his status. He's the GOAT. Do you think this win puts him on Mount Rushmore or makes him a GOAT in boxing?
Everybody got their own opinion, son.
What's yours?
My opinion is I like who I like. You know, I like Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker.
What do you think?
I'm liking Sugar Ray Leonard. I've been watching a little bit of Sugar Ray Leonard and James Tony. So they my top.
And then there is the most straightforward and perhaps the most honest explanation of all. It is not about fear. It is about money. Mino put it perfectly when asked what Crawford should do next. He was completely direct. Go get that bag. He added that if he were in Crawford's position, the first call he would make would be about a rematch with Canelo Alvarez. That is all for today. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And do not forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned and we will catch you in the next one.